Perry Mack here at SEMA 2019, and again I found something very slick. So what we're going to look at is the Anti-Shanty Pro, and to help us go over all the features, because there's a lot built into this, is Luke Stevenson, the brand manager at Anti-Shanty. So what do we got behind us, Luke?
That's right, yeah, thanks for stopping by and checking us out. Today we're going to take a look at the Pro. It's our all-new ultimate travel trailer, gear hauler, dwelling. We call it an ultralight adventure dwelling. So travel mode, it has the roof popped down, nice small slipstream, and this is it in camp mode. A-frame, so snow loads are no problem. You can get dumped on.
Right.
It's just going to shed straight off and gets you a second queen bunk up top. We can go take a look at that in a minute.
Yeah. Now, just while you mentioned snow, so is it insulated? Is it a four-season trailer?
Exactly, that's the idea.
Wow.
We live up in the mountains in between Jackson Hole, Wyoming and Salt Lake City, Utah.
Cool.
Gets cold, gets hot. So some of the cool features on the Pro are the integrated fan up top. So it's got the ability to push and pull air out of the cabin. The new solar panel from Zamp is their briefcase panel, and we developed a quick release bracket that allows you to pull that thing off. Standard on the Pro comes 35s, built into the Timber and Axle suspension system, so you can get super out there without hanging up on anything.
Yeah.
Besides that, we built it from the ground up based on the one-piece panel. So one-piece roof, one-piece wall, one-piece floor. All those panels do not have seams stacked throughout them, so water intrusion points, yeah, it's eliminating a lot of the headaches, and also entirely aluminum.
Right.
Yeah.
So what does the Pro weigh?
Pro weighs in right at 2,000 pounds. The base starts at 1,500, and the Plus comes in right in the middle at 1,750.
This is 2,000 pounds.
That's right. Yeah, we literally we're all into
insane.
the sports where you weigh stuff, because if it weighs you down, you can't get as far.
Yeah.
And so we looked at this in the same way as how do we build it from the ground up. Awning windows are cool because it's up where you guys are. It's raining and snowing quite a bit.
Yep.
Operation when it's raining and snowing is critical for the airflow. It's got built-in shades, privacy screens, so you can fully black the thing out. On the exterior, we've got our rigid spotlights, so you've got a full 270 under the awning, and then we also have undercarriage lights built in on the Pro as well. So once you pop in here, you got plenty of standing height. You've got the 9.5-foot cathedral ceilings, make it really comfortable, good space to work in here. You can use this as a workbench, you can use it as a cooking area. If you remove all the bed panels, you essentially have a little workshop in here, so you can wrench on the bikes, do whatever. We've got the new integrated triangle inserts on the Pro, which is all new release this year, so it's pretty cool to check out. They're built in, and yeah, everything is magnetic latches. It's super simple, super smooth.
As soon as I open this up, I can feel the cool air come in.
That's right. Yeah, that's one of the major design benefits as well, is you can open both ends, keep both doors open, the oversized side door and the oversized back door. It's essentially an open air shade structure at that point. Takes the brake out of the wind and just keeps enough airflow to keep it nice and cool.
Now, do you have a screen for this?
We do. Yeah, screen inserts for all doors, all windows and entry points, and then as I mentioned, the screen and shade built into the windows. This one has the new kitchen rail built into it, comes standard on the Pro, so you can keep your hot sauce, all the stuff that you usually cook with. This one comes standard with the Super Smart Charge system, so we've got built-in electronics in the tongue. Essentially what that means is you can plug it into your house, you can plug it into your car, you can plug it into the solar panel. It's going to just charge off of them and figure out how to work the magic internally.
Does it come with an AC? Is that a possibility, or does that?
It is a possibility, yeah. There's a product being developed that we are on the first to hit the list for, so that will be coming on the units in the spring. So yeah, first quarter. Yeah, so this is kind of the hangout zone. You've got your tri-panel bed system. This is the tabletop. Currently, that panel pops into the bottom, so you can run a queen bed on the bottom and a queen bed up top. What's nice about that feature is if you're in travel mode and you just want to pull over, take a quick rest, you can just climb in here, use it as a standard teardrop trailer, get a quick rest in, and yeah, bolt off the next morning. It also works great if you want to use them as shelves. So if you want to open everything up and have, say, 3 shelves in the back, you can do that as well.
Now, these must go somewhere, because I know I've seen pictures of bikes and kayaks and everything else going in. So what happens to these when I need more room inside?
That's right, yeah. So if you're just using it as a, say, like a secondary office or an ADU and you want a bigger space, you can remove them and just keep them in the garage, whatever. Okay. If you're towing gear, you're putting a couple motos in here, you can panel all of them, strap them up on each side of the wall, and they fit right in that zone.
Yeah. Well, I can see how you've done the structural integrity with the bent-in tubes to, I guess, loosen some weight. Can I hang stuff on that? Is that still? That's
the entire idea. Yeah, clip a beaner on there. All sorts of gear, lanterns, the base, there's all sorts of attachment points, which is to bring your own gear for lanterns, headlamps, that kind of thing.
I know my wife, first thing she's going to come in here and say, where's the toilet?
Yeah, good question. So we use a cassette toilet.
Okay.
The cassette toilet is essentially an option we provide. Typically where we are, we're way out there and there's a trailhead restroom available, or nature is out there as well, and do the Boy Scout thing, and
Hot water, cold water, are there tanks in?
The whole idea with this product was less but better from the beginning. So we use the portable water solution. So any of your Clean Canteen products, any of the like Aquatainer, 2.5 gallon, 5 gallons, all that stuff works great. And then we have the aircraft track in the bottom to be able to just throw a strap over it and lash it down.
So we've got some more stuff on the outside?
Yeah, absolutely. We can go take a look.
Let's do it.
All right, yeah, so we have the awning all set up as well out here. It's the 270 degree, gets plenty of space to keep out of the sun and then have access to all the goods. This thing is, as I said, kitted out with top-of-the-line electronics. We use products from Xantrex and Red Arc, as well as Expion 360 for the batteries. The heart of it is 220 amp hours of lithium battery to keep this thing going. And then we do a little diesel tank stored separately as well. This is what we call the garage. So it's where you want to put the wet boots, the muddy boots, the wetsuits, that kind of stuff you don't want in your cabin with you while you're sleeping. Also the diesel fuel, that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Super. So you said diesel fuel, is that for the cook stove then, or?
Yeah, good question. Cook stove and heater as well. So it's a 2 for that little unit in the counter insert in there is glass cooktop and heater. So
now, why did you choose the diesel over propane tanks?
We decided to go with the diesel fuel for a couple options. Number one, it's super energy dense. And this being a trailer, you're typically dragging it behind a vehicle that stops frequently at gas stations where diesel's available. So you just pull up right next to, you know, a double pull through and put some diesel in the back, put up whatever fuel in the front, and yeah, you're ready to roll it.
Oh, and I noticed that this is not your standard ball hitch.
That's right. Yeah. So this, for all you guys who are big four wheels, this is what this is about. Yeah, the 4-wheel drive crowd can appreciate it. This comes standard on the Pro model. So it's the lock and roll articulating hitch, gives you all sorts of options to get off-road without getting too squirrely. Yeah, one of the other features that I really like on this is the jacks. They're super high-end, all aluminum, and this action on them is very smooth and easy to operate. When you're back in those campsites that are all off camber, that makes a huge difference. Being able to lunar lander it and get level is critical for a good night's sleep and hanging out.
Yeah, they look beefy.
Yeah, so we went with the Road Shower product. It's essentially a powder-coated aluminum tank. It's worked well so far for us. It's got some baffles built in to keep the water from sloshing around, and then just heats up from the sun. So it's got the little temperature indicator on there. You can clip the hose into one of these verticals here and get the shower feature. And as I mentioned, if you've got your privacy tent to kit up in, you can have your own little loo out here.
Yeah. Hey, I'm looking at the tire on the side here now. Are there other options for tires? For instance, if I'm running 33-inch tires on my Jeep, can you put the same 33s here? So I don't have...
Good question. Yeah, great question. So on the Pro, we essentially tell you to measure the height from the ground to the center of your hitch, and we'll say, okay, what's going to be the best ride height based off that, and then the tire that you prefer. So there's some options from Timbren for various heights in how it rides, and we also have some options in how we set it up on the trailer. So
I see the solar.
Yeah, this is the Zamp briefcase panel, so if you want to take the thing off and put it in there, or put it on your rig as well, that's really an option that we wanted to give you.
Well, I see lifts to keep the door up so it doesn't drop on my head.
That's right, yeah, so this is one of my favorite features is the quick deploy awning is what I call it. So setting up an awning is typically something you're always like, oh, is it going to blow? Is it going to, you know, we're going to have issues with that. This one is just pops right open, and now you've got this shade space. We like to cook out here, set up our chairs out here, and it's, when it's starting to blow, you just close the door and lock her up.
Is there a built-in ramp, or does it come with ramps so I can get my bikes in?
So it comes standard with the lasered in tabs for single ramps, and then we've got full slide through for storage of single ramps in there.
Yeah, look at that.
Yeah, so if you're into biking, you've already got your ramps, you just slide them right on in, and if you're not so much into it, we're not going to add any weight to the product that you might not use. So
as far as security and safety, does everything lock up with a key, or? Yeah,
that's something we thought about as well. We like to go surfing or go mountain biking, and if we don't have to bring keys or whatever with us, that's pretty convenient. So both the rear and front entry doors are keyless entry, so you can program a code in there, hop on the bike or go paddle out and then come back and just pop it back in. One of the other cool features, and they're both deadbolts as well. Both of the locks are full deadbolt and keyed. So one of the other cool features is the single piece of tubing that we use from tip to tail, so you can throw your cargo basket with a generator, firewood, your bike racks, whatever, off the back without worrying about overloading it. It's massively overbuilt. It's not rated for a full motorcycle. That's the one thing I will say. It's not your throw your GS on the back of there.
Luke, thank you very much for taking the time to show us the Anti-Shanty Pro. I'm stoked on it. I like the 2,000 pound weight. I can tow with my Jeep. I love being able to get my gear in the back. I mean, you thought of everything that I wanted to get into this, so I'm really stoked about that. If you guys have had any comments or questions, maybe there's something I haven't thought of, a feature you'd like to see, please leave that in the little space below, and I will contact Luke directly. I might even put his cell phone number so you can call him 24 hours a day, 7 days a week to get him to answer your questions. If you enjoyed this video, share it, smash that like button, and if you want to see more, please subscribe and ring that bell so you're one of the first to know when a new video comes out.